Welcome back to Environmental Station Alpha. It's been a little while, actually quite a while since I last played, but last time we finished off the game and achieved a nice round 100%. Of course, this time around, there's still quite a bit more to this game, so this video is going to be focusing on that. Now, the main focus are these kind of empty spots on the map. You kind of want to check those out because, you know, part of getting 100% is making sure that you've explored absolutely everything. And it's been stated in the discussions on the Steam forums that there are no empty spaces in Environmental Station Alpha, except, you know, outside of the station. So yeah, we're going to check those out. And it's going to lead into another part of the game, which is something else altogether. So you might have discovered a few videos ago, I believe, that we discovered an unlocker right down the shafts that we fell down. And activating these consoles activates these unlockers, and they activate a pillar, whatever that is. Of course, in the game, there is a point at which these are discussed very briefly, but you won't really understand it unless you go looking for it. So let's just get out of here. So that's 2 of 4, so there's only a couple of extra areas to look for it. One of them is in the area by the double jump, and if I recall correctly, the last one is... Actually, I forget. Oh yeah, I know we collected one from the area leading back up to the ship, even though there's no actual reason to really go there first time round. At least I believe that's the case. I'm not too sure if it actually was or not. I'll have to go back over it and check it out again. Anyway, we're on our way towards the area where we first got the double jump. And though you might have been able to take a look at what we got, I mean, getting the pillars unlocked at least, you won't actually be able to get to it unless you have the Dash Booster X. That, or you have some crazy jump skill that isn't really known to the game. It's kind of interesting that all these secrets, everything about this game was kind of unraveled within a week of this game's release. From the translation code, to some of the more obscure hidden references and other kind of mind-boggling ideas that were crammed into the tight space. So yes, by getting to this unlocker, you basically have to jump over all of the crumbly blocks and you get to this area. Pillar 3 unlocked. So I believe there's one more. I'm not too clear. It's been a while since I've played it. I'm just going through and checking to make sure that I've got everything. That's 1, 2. Third one was the one in the main shaft, so this would be the last one actually. So now that we've unlocked everything, but you might not understand what you're on about, so you kind of have to go and look out. Because, after all, you don't really know what you're doing at this point. At least I certainly didn't. Back in the earlier builds of the game, it wasn't that immediately obvious what the computers did, and some of the other things that were around did, because there's kind of 2 meta games going on, or at least 2 levels of it, and they're both accessible immediately, but you don't really get it until you've completed this particular set, which is the whole pillar unlocking business. Anyway, we're back in the underwater sector, and I do believe we have business to attend to elsewhere first before we actually head through here. That's right. We're going to... I'm just going to show off very briefly something that should be noted before you attempt this area. At least the area back in the underwater sector. It's just a brief explanation on what to do, so... Of course, at this point, if you're still watching this, then you've probably bought the game, watched this series, or just don't give a damn. We're just gonna head over and show off what it is you need to look out for. Of course, if you're here earlier, you'll find this area, which has an air chute and also has electric currents running through here. And here's a terminal. The sun, the moon, and the stars. Gaze at the one that is unlike the others. It's pretty straightforward, unless you don't really know the difference between the sun, the moon, and the stars. That's why I discovered that in a recent update, that Impurely decided to add a boss rush. That being said, I haven't beaten all the bosses yet, so we can't actually get to it just yet. Anyway, now we can head back and actually do it, put it into practice. Of course, the next part coming up is pretty tricky if you don't know how to use the dash booster effectively. And we'll see that in just a moment. So we'll head back to where we fought the large jellyfish, where we got our propeller upgrade, and now we're gonna head over to this area, which requires use of the keycard. And to access this area, you need the triple shot. Of course, there's a computer here. It's a good thing the water didn't get any higher, else you wouldn't be reading that right now. And as you can see, we have the sun, the moon, and the stars. Of course, the one to pick is the moon, because the moon only reflects light, it doesn't actually emit light. And here we have a new variant of the spikes. They can destroy anything instantly. Of course, this is slightly stretching beyond the realm of realism, but we're gonna go and humor it because, hey, we don't want to die, we want to get through this. So we deactivate the keycard upgrade, and this isn't the only time that we'll have to do something like this to progress. Figure I might as well turn on the keycard, save, and this part here, you can die pretty easily, so yeah. I'm surprised I managed this the first try given how long ago I last recorded the previous session. The timing of this is kind of a bit weird. Sometimes the game will respond to your key presses, sometimes it won't. But if you keep on using the dash booster, you should be able to get away with it. Especially even dashing straight through the spikes in certain situations, because of course while you're dashing, you're invulnerable. Anyway, that first part's done. And what I advise to do in the second phase is to just dash your way up, rather than attempt anything with the actual jumps. Take it slow, and use the dash only, and you'll get there. There's some charged shot blocks you can use to get back. And we can use this teleporter to go somewhere. it appears to be some sort of planet. We're not getting any signal out here, so we're certainly not on the station anymore. What a strange place to be in. It looks like remnants of the temple that we saw on the station are also here. And there are the 4 pillars. But before we check those out, it's time to head over into the long distance and simply just relax. Of course, the station Overmind is here. And I believe this kind of implies what was kind of shown in the previous ending, that our protagonist has already been infected and that it has already taken over in a certain kind of way. And so, this is how the story ends. Another way, that is. It's not the only way. But of course, it means that there isn't really much resolution to this. I mean, the station itself, it probably might run out of energy given that we turned the power back on. But who knows, maybe it can turn itself back off again. So yeah, that's the second ending. Join us next time when we head over and check out what those pillars that we saw earlier actually do. But until then, I'm Chaotic Law, and until next time, take care.